The story of the fall of the Roman Empire is one of history's most intriguing tales, spanning centuries of political maneuvering, economic challenges, social upheaval, and military conflicts. These elements collectively led to the collapse of one of the most powerful civilizations in human history. To fully grasp the magnitude of this downfall, we must delve into the multifaceted reasons behind it, each contributing in significant ways to the eventual demise of Rome. At its zenith, the Roman Empire was a colossal entity, stretching from the British Isles in the west to the deserts of the Middle East in the east, and from the Rhine and Danube rivers in the north to the sands of North Africa in the south. This immense territory was governed by a sophisticated system of administration, supported by a formidable military and an extensive network of roads and infrastructure. Yet, this vastness also sowed the seeds of the empire's decline. The empire's size made it increasingly difficult to manage effectively. Communication across its extensive expanse was slow and inefficient, causing delays in critical decision-making and the implementation of policies. The vast diversity within the empire, encompassing different cultures, languages, and peoples, added layers of complexity to governance. This diversity, while a strength in some respects, also meant that loyalty to Rome was often tenuous, especially in outlying regions. Economic troubles were a significant factor in Rome's decline. The empire's reliance on slave labor stifled technological innovation and economic development. Unlike societies that progressed through technological advancements, Rome's economy remained stagnant, unable to evolve beyond its dependence on an exploitative labor system. Furthermore, as the empire expanded, it became increasingly dependent on the plunder of conquered territories to fund its military and administrative expenditures. When the conquests slowed, so did the influx of wealth, leading to economic stagnation and rampant inflation. Heavy taxation and government corruption further strained the empire's finances. Taxation became increasingly burdensome for the populace, particularly for the middle and lower classes. Wealthy elites often found ways to evade taxes, leaving the financial burden on the less affluent, exacerbating social inequalities and fostering resentment. Corruption within the government and bureaucracy also siphoned off resources that could have been used to bolster the empire's defenses or stimulate economic growth. Plagues played a devastating role in weakening the Roman economy and society. A series of plagues decimated the population, significantly reducing the labor force and diminishing tax revenues. The Antonine Plague of the 2nd century, for instance, is believed to have killed millions, including a large proportion of the Roman military. This loss of manpower had far-reaching effects, undermining the empire's ability to defend itself and maintain its vast infrastructure. Social and political instability were also crucial in the empire's decline. The 3rd century witnessed a period of crisis known as the Crisis of the 3rd Century. During this time, the empire was beset by civil wars, foreign invasions, and economic collapse. A rapid turnover of emperors, often installed through military coup, led to a lack of stable leadership and direction. In just a few decades, Rome saw over 20 different emperors, each with short reigns marked by turmoil and unrest. The division of the empire into the Western and Eastern Roman empires in 285 AD by Emperor Diocletian was a pivotal moment. This division was intended to make the vast empire more manageable by having 2 emperors, each ruling over half of the territory. However, it also weakened the unity of the empire and created rivalries and power struggles between the 2 halves. The Western Empire in particular was less prosperous and more vulnerable to external threats compared to its Eastern counterpart. The Western Roman Empire faced relentless pressure from external forces. Germanic tribes such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Ostrogoths began to push into Roman territory, driven in part by the movement of the Huns from Central Asia. These barbarian invasions exposed the weaknesses of the Roman military, which had become increasingly reliant on mercenary forces and lacked the discipline and training of earlier Roman legions. The integration of these mercenaries into the Roman army also led to issues of loyalty, as their allegiance was often to their commanders rather than to Rome itself. In 410 AD, the Visigoths, led by King Alaric, sacked Rome, dealing a severe blow to the empire's prestige. The sack of Rome was a symbolic event that signaled to the world that the once invincible city was now vulnerable. This event sent shockwaves throughout the Roman world and emboldened other barbarian groups to challenge Roman authority. It marked the beginning of a series of invasions and sacks that would plague the empire in the coming decades. The decline continued as the Western Roman Empire faced increasing internal strife and external threats. In 455 AD, the Vandals, led by King Genseric, captured and plundered Rome again. The empire was now a shadow of its former self, with its territories shrinking and its ability to defend its borders severely compromised. The sack of Rome by the Vandals was particularly devastating, as it involved extensive looting and destruction. In a final blow, in 476 AD, the last Roman emperor of the West, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. This event is traditionally marked as the end of the Western Roman Empire. Odoacer declared himself king of Italy and ruled over the remnants of the Roman state, effectively ending centuries of Roman rule in the West. The deposition of Romulus Augustulus is often seen as the definitive end of the ancient Roman political order. While the Western Roman Empire fell, the Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, continued to thrive for nearly 1,000 more years. The Byzantine Empire preserved much of Roman culture, law, and administrative practices. Under the leadership of emperors such as Justinian I, the Byzantines managed to reclaim some of the lost Western territories and maintain a stronghold in the Eastern Mediterranean. The fall of the Roman Empire was not a single event, but a gradual process of decline and decay. It was the result of a complex interplay of internal weaknesses and external pressures. The empire's vastness, economic troubles, social instability, and relentless barbarian invasions all played a part in its downfall. The internal decay was marked by corruption, heavy taxation, and the erosion of civic and military discipline, while external pressures came in the form of barbarian invasions and migrations. Yet, the legacy of Rome lived on. The Roman Empire left an indelible mark on the world, influencing language, law, architecture, engineering, and government. Latin, the language of Rome, became the foundation of many modern European languages. Roman law influenced the legal systems of many modern nations, and Roman architectural and engineering achievements set standards that are still admired today. Rome's fall also paved the way for the rise of medieval Europe and the eventual emergence of modern Western civilization. The vacuum left by Rome's collapse led to the rise of various barbarian kingdoms, which would eventually evolve into the nations of medieval and modern Europe. The Catholic Church, which survived Rome's fall, became a unifying force in Europe, preserving many aspects of Roman culture and knowledge through the Middle Ages. The story of Rome's rise and fall continues to captivate and instruct, reminding us of the fragility of even the mightiest of empires. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of overexpansion, economic mismanagement, and internal discord. The fall of the Roman Empire is a testament to the complexity of historical processes and the interplay of multiple factors in shaping the course of human history.